Hi. What the hell? Okay. Okay. Holy shit. Mishi. I'm trying to remember what has happened recently. They cooked the egg. Kano called Achi and Maria, and he told me we're at the mall, and there's this mofo. They were at the mall, like, doing that whole thing. Kano, I don't know what he was doing, really. Oh, yeah, they saw the guy escape, and they went to capture him. But I guess we're on Minoru right now, which I don't remember what he was doing. Oh, he was just riding for an hour. Right. Right. A few minutes later, the rear tire skidded sharply as the cab came. The trip from Shoto, Ryu, Ken! To the, when does Alex come out? It's still like a month. Damn. Tekken losing streak, unfortunate. I need to get back on Street Fighter, but Genshin's taking my life away. It sucks. Dreams is too. Holy shit. The trip from Shoto to the theater in Sakuragaoka had taken almost no time at all. Here we are, sir. Kimizuka announced. Wow, that was fast. Still, Minoru. Oh yeah, and the goated taxi guy came back. Minoru was 5 minutes behind schedule. You'd hoped he'd be able to get the interview with Orai. What? Well, that was good progress. Okay. The man, that's Achi. Is there any other jumps? How do I get there? Oh, wait. That's to get to Kano. That's to get to also Kano. Is he kept out? Oh, he is. Okay, wait. Let me jump over to him. That should do the trick. Crazy ass thud. Okay. What the freak? Where's the Kano jump, bruh? What? Oh. Alright, this should do the trick. Okay, we're in. Did you give the antiviral drug to your daughter, Hitomi? What are you talking about? I'm the one asking the questions here, Mr. Osawa. Did you give the antiviral drug to your daughter, Hitomi? I'm not sure I understand the question. He would be such a good politician, bruh. Freaking can't answer questions. Osawa's voice trembled as he spoke. Kinda was sure he'd hit the nail right on the head. I know what the syndicate is really after, Mr. Osawa. It's the virus! Osawa, I can jump straight back. Yeah, sure he is. Mr. Osawa, is everything alright? Yeah, the line went dead. Technically, that's incorrect, Stanley muttered. Stanley! It's not the virus they're after, it's his daughter Hitomi who's carrying the... Oh shit, I messed it up. I messed it up. Whatever. He saw an uneasy look on Stanley's face. Something on your mind? If Hitomi was carrying the antiviral, how were the criminals planning on getting it from her? Kind of thought for a moment. Well, taking her by force at the Scramble posed too high of a risk. There were nearly 100 detectives there, and they must have guessed there would be. Bro, my voice is freaked up right now. I might be getting a little sick. That's where they devised the attaché case relay. They wanted to abduct Hitomi somewhere away from the Dragnet's notice. This was a plan that all seems to suggest everything, but still, I wonder how they managed to lead her away from police protection. Yeah, maybe. A look of revelation crossed Stanley's face. All they need to do is convince her to go on her own accord. But how? That's good. I don't know what the freak is wrong with me. Like, oh my gosh. I don't know what is. But how? He thought back to Hitomi's initial contact with Tariq Al-Karawan. Just before he'd taken the case from her, the two had a brief conversation. It was possible Al-Karawan had given Hitomi some form of instructions. That shot's so funny, I don't know why. Guess we're back to tracking down Al-Karawan again, huh? Nah, bro, he's Turkish. I kind of could tell from the look in Stanley's eyes that he was on the verge of saying something. Probably some remark about how Tatano had allowed Al-Karawan to run free. Oh, I forgot about that. Tatano let him go. Right now, Kano wasn't going to argue the point. After this case was resolved, he discovered what Tatano's real motives were. And once he did... No. Yeah, freaking Tatano, bruh. I think it was, like, Turkey. I think. Or maybe it was Israel. I think it actually was. Maybe. And once he did, Stanley would eat his words in the meantime. We can't just wander around without any leads. Until we get more intel, let's see what we can do with the security cameras. Numerous monitors shone down on the pair as they entered the Shibuya precincts. Each showed an array of faces of individuals somewhere in Shibuya. Kano asked one of the operations to pull up. For real. Did you see what LeBron said? Someone asked him about Israel, and he said, "I've heard nothing but good things." Kano asked one of the, like, what? Nothing but good things? Sure. Not a single bad thing. Not a single bad thing. Kano asked one of the operators to pull up. Al-Karawan stayed on screen. By selecting each of the faces on the monitor in turn, they could run comparisons to determine if anyone among them was Al-Karawan. Well, he looks exactly like him. One by one, but... Oh my gosh. For real. What a great guy. One by one, the operator made his way through the faces. Assuming their target was still in Shibuya, there was a high likelihood they'd find him. Oh, Stanley's so tough. But the minutes ticked past and there was no sign of him. Kano's tone grew more and more impatient. Just calm down. He set a hand on Kano's shoulder. There's no hand on his shoulder. That's just how I do things. I'm energetic because I care. What did I say he looked like? I said he looked like someone earlier, and I can't remember who I thought. I don't know. He pointed out another face to the operator. Well, you're setting yourself up for a short life. My brother was like you. True. The American spoke so quietly that his words were barely audible. 10 minutes later. His brother is Al Karawan. 10 minutes later, a man in clad black appeared on one of the monitors. The operator lined up his cursor. The comparison check confirmed it was Al Karawan. Yes! It appeared that their quarry was simply walking around, calm and composed. Kind of radioed in Al Karawan's location to Kuze. All units intercept the suspect on the double. Kana will provide guidance using the surveillance monitors. He's so tough, bruh. They saw Al Karawan stopping in front of a cigarette vending machine. Was he waiting for someone? Sasayama reported, I've got eyes on the mutt. Mutt means dog. I'm making the arrest. There was a note of courage in Sasayama's voice. He came into view at the monitor, walking casually. That fit is tough. At some point, he ditched his anime nerd costume for a street dancer's getup. It didn't appear that Al Karawan had noticed him yet. Bit by bit, Sasayama closed the distance. The other way. The other way. I don't even know the other way. Other than dog or just it's describing a perpetrator. Bit by bit, Sasayama closed the distance, not that much further now. Kano's hand balled into a fist as you watch. Another man. Oh, great. This guy only exists to ruin everything, bruh. Oh. I see. Damn. There's Al Karawan. I know! He just freaking ruins everything. Al Karawan turned to look at the man. Sasayama launched himself like a bullet from a gun. In an instant, detective and perp were locked in a violent scuffle right on the street. Kano swallowed a lump in his throat as he watched the struggle unfold. Earlier today, Al Karawan had done a number on Sasayama. This time the detective had the upper hand. He got a grip on his neck and kneed him repeatedly. For real, ruining everything, bro. Sasayama braced himself and avoided the takedown. Then he shifted his stance and took Al Karawan to the pavement with a spectacular hip throw. Yes! Catching the perp in a scarf hold, Sasayama got out his handcuffs. Stanley, we should enter the scene. He looked away from the monitor for a moment, and when he looked back, Sasayama had released his hold and crumbled to the ground. What? Oh. Oh shit. I think I messed up. Zoom in, Kano cried frantically. The camera closed in Sasayama. It's gotta be a bad ending. It's gotta be a bad ending. Now Kano could see exactly what he feared. Sasayama had been stabbed in the gut. Blood pooled on the pavement around him. Kano screamed, Sasayama! The camera showed several other detectives arriving at the scene capturing Al Karawan before he could escape. But Sasayama lay motionless. The pool of blood around him spread further and further across the pavement. Unable to look any longer, Kano rushed from the surveillance room. No! It wasn't a bad ending, bruh. No. It can't be. The goat said, oh shit. I'm on him getting blown up. Okay, yeah. Let me go back and fix this. Yeah, Osawa was kind of a bomb, bro. It's Hitomi. Okay. Okay, so let's see, I'm better not freaking die. What? Osawa was so startled that his voice caught in his throat. What are you talking about? The antivirus research was top secret, so how did some detective know about it? Osawa was bewildered. Okay, we've already read this. I'm not sure I understand the question. I know what the syndicate is really after. Mr. Osawa. Osawa's mind went blank when he heard what Kano said next. Mr. Osawa? The detective continued after a moment. Is everything alright? Without really thinking, Osawa hung up. Osawa staggered out of the living room. He needed to be alone. To his surprise, Kajiwara didn't try to stop him. Shutting his study door behind him, he dropped onto the sofa, then grabbed 3 times his normal dosage of stomach pills. There's no water in the room, so he freaking swallowed them dry. Detective Kano's words echoed in his mind. It's Hitomi. There was only one reason they could be after Hitomi. He broke out in a cold sweat as he began to understand what the kidnapping was really about. It had all started 6 days earlier. It was April 22nd. Osawa had just returned from the United States the day before. He was visiting me, bro. He was in the midst of some routine work at the General Research Lab when his cell phone rang. The LCD display showed an unlisted caller. For real, bro. With some hesitation, Osawa picked it up. What the freak? Why is he like... What? Where is he, bro? He's in like the white room of just freaking... What? Even the monitor is like glowing white into his... And he's got the evil Spider-Man villain, like the Mr. Negative or whatever he's called. He's got that fit on. Hello? Is this Kenji Osawa? The caller was using a voice modulator. Okay, I know the voice. Osawa raised an eyebrow. Yes? Oh no, there's a blue couch. Go ahead and analyze Hitomi's blood. Her blood? If you don't, she's going to die. There's an intensity behind this that made Osawa sure it wasn't some prank call. He had Hitomi come to the lab ASAP. He told Hitomi he wanted a sample of her blood for an experiment. She agreed, suspecting nothing. Yeah, for real. He placed some of the blood he'd drawn on a glass slide, then added some fluorescein. Wait, why is there a reference? Its highest volume is on St. Patrick's Day when massive amounts of fluorescent are used to dye the Chicago River green. I forget they do that. The type of fluorescent dye. Okay. Placing the slide under a fluorescence microscope, he took a look. It can't be. Wriggling under the microscope was the Grim Reaper sickle itself. There was no mistaking it. Hitomi was infected with the UA virus. I don't. My biology teacher was just insane. Trembling, Osawa hurried to his computer. He opened the UA virus folder on his monitor. Within were images showing the stages of the virus's propagation. He double-clicked to magnify the first image. The Reaper sickles were interlocked with one another. He clicked on the next image. After further propagation, the UA virus looked like less a sickle, more of an insectoid larva. Next was the final image. Interlocked into a single mass, the UA virus vaguely remembered a sinister, many-petaled sunflower. No. Maybe. It took a mere 12 hours for the pathogen to develop to this point and begin its hideous destruction of the human body. Yeah, for Hitomi's infection sample was still in the state shown in the first image. there was still a chance to save her. Osawa slumped back in his chair, huddling on himself. What? He had no choice. There was only one way to save Hitomi. You would have to administer the nearly completed antiviral. Using the antiviral without official approval was grievous violation of company policy. Still, Osawa didn't have time to get the higher-ups to approve a clinical trial. Bro, Osawa's wife would have just let her die. Probably. He might be punished severely for it, but this was his only option. His daughter's life was at stake. But there was also another, even bigger hurdle in his way. The antiviral drug was stored in the deepest recesses of the biochemical research building, a high-intensity... No, that was Maria. Yeah. So, I don't know how Hitomi got it, yeah. True. True. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, but no, didn't the virus, wasn't it happening in Africa, not the Middle East? So, like, I guess it could have just been transferred over here. Like I'm in Japan. Just transferred over to Japan from Africa somehow? I don't know. High intensity X-rays. An X-ray is a type of... I know what an X-ray is. It was set up at the entrance to the storage area. This made it impossible for him to take research materials out. Well, if he couldn't get the antiviral out of there, he'd just have to bring Hitomi in. A course of action quickly took shape in his mind. First, he'd need to slip out of the general research building. He would then head to the biochemical research... Is he gonna explain what an ID card is? Bro. Yeah, okay. Oh. Got a little graphic. Okay. After passing through a lobby under the watchful gaze of several security cameras, he reached an elevator at the end of the hall that went directly into the storage section. The elevator required an ID card. I now know what an ID card is. Okay, he's in the elevator. He's going down. Seems a little impractical, but it's really down there. If a fire breaks out, he's just cooked. There's no stairs. It would take about 20 seconds to get down to the first basement level and arrive at the entrance to the storage area. Me neither. I'm really glad they explained it. And an X-ray also. Finding an excuse to get Hitomi that far ought to be doable. If the security guard got suspicious, Osawa could say it was for a top-secret hematology experiment, and the guard would probably believe him. The problem was what came after. Getting into the storage area itself required fingerprinting authentication from both Osawa and Tanaka. This meant that he couldn't possibly get to the antiviral without Tanaka's cooperation. For real. How is a shadow being cast from that direction? Are the lights on the wall? Like, right? Like, if they were up above, wouldn't the shadow cast to the ground? Or am I tripping? Desperate with uncertainty, Osawa called up Tanaka. Especially the windows. The light from the windows would cast the shadow onto the other wall, on the other side. I don't know. He frantically explained the situation. Understood, Tanaka replied. It's true. He just wanted a fire-ass shadow shot. We need to get her to use the drug as soon as possible. If the company finds out about this, you'll be held accountable for violation of corporate policy along with me. Are you sure you're okay with that? Bro, Tanaka would do anything to get with freaking Hitomi. What are you talking about? Hitomi's life is more important than company policy. Tanaka spoke without hesitation. Oh, he said that. Osawa felt an immense surge of gratitude for his assistance. The freak is the wall made out of cardboard? Why does it look like that? And I have to say, I'm deeply moved by your determination. Tanaka added, moved? Whatever for. You really are worried about Hitomi. True. He can't be, bro. Can't be. Osawa's gratitude faded. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Of course I am. My apologies. He told me, or not freaking, what's his name? Tanaka is not gonna crack though, bruh. He told me he's like 10 years younger than him. No, like 20. It's just that putting your career on the line for something so personal is, it's what? It's not like me? No? Well, yeah. I'm sorry. Now he was embarrassed. Just what sort of person do you think I am? For real. Bro, he's definitely freaking Danganronpa Ultra. A short time later, Osawa and Tanaka stood before the door to the secure storage area. The security guard had let them in without the slightest suspicion. Osawa pressed his index finger to the fingerprint scanner first. Accepted! He realized he's been holding his breath as his authorization finally went through. Half a moment later, beep! I don't know. As he picked up a small vial, he had a sudden realization. They were gonna use the drug in a human test. His fatherly wish to cure Hitomi was overlaid by an intense rush of curiosity. This guy's such a terrible father. Hurry, I need to hurry. I need to administer the antiviral as soon as possible. Osawa could hardly fend off his excitement. Bro. Over the course of the next few hours following the injection, the virus would be eradicated from Hitomi's body. There had been some fever cramping as temporary side effects, but the DDS, drug delivery system, for real. What a terrible father, man. In saving his daughter's life, Osawa had proven the value of his research. If he had been asked which made him happier, he would have been hard pressed to make an answer. This guy needs to go, bruh. I feel bad for his kids. Both of their parents are terrible. Afterwards, he asked Hitomi where she could have become infected, but she had no idea. He explained the need for secrecy and strictly forbade her telling anyone what would happen. Now a week had passed since Osawa gave the drug to Hitomi. He'd been conducting checks and had discovered that the DDS had not broken down but remained in Hitomi's bloodstream. Extracting the DDS was a simple matter requiring just a small blood sample from around the nape of the neck. Yeah, for real. It's true. No, I don't know how both daughters turned out to be jolly, happy, good people when both of their freaking parents are the most horrendous ass people ever, bruh. The DDS itself is simply the delivery system for the antiviral drug. Residual. Is it going to tell me what residual means? Amount of the antiviral itself stayed behind within the cells. Using the DDS, it was possible to extract those minuscule amounts of cells from the blood sample. It might take a considerable time, but a sufficiently detailed analysis could allow the antiviral drug to itself to be reconstructed. Osawa felt a chill as he contemplated the situation. The kidnappers had known how tough security was at the lab, so they had come up with the idea of using a human vessel to get what they needed from within. By infecting Hitomi with the UA virus, they ensured that she'd receive the antiviral. Damn! Wait. What? Why is the keep out gone? And I need to get Kano's thing back. Damn! He clutched his head in his hands. Tanaka had been his partner and trusted confidant for years. Confidant persona reference. I'm sorry, I refused to believe he'd been betrayed like this. The front door chime sounded. Mr. Osawa? It appears you have a visitor. Here we go. Kenji Osawa. I'm not sure. Okay. Next interview. Sure, whatever. Oh, who is it? It's Minorikawa. Where would I know you from, Minorikawa? Oh, you know, here and there. I mean, there's only one Minorikawa, really. I don't have time. Please be on your way. I'm not going anywhere until I get an interview. Interview? Who are you with? The woman's tone had changed now. Maybe Minorikawa could simply talk his way through this. This is a piece for 4-star General Oh, perfect. I've been wanting to talk to them. Was this one of the Miss Midoriyami winners? Or perhaps it was the girl's mother, eager to boast about her daughter's achievement. I assume you're familiar with the defamation of character, the woman said. Huh? What are you talking about? Article 230 of the Penal Code of Japan defines it as any attack against a person's reputation or societal standing. It's a very serious crime. I know what it is. What's your point? Why discuss libel? I don't even know how to freaking pronounce that. Laws right before an interview. Oh, I'm not letting you get away with telling me you've forgotten. I wonder if you'll remember once I bring up the charges. Her tone was calm and level, but laced. You're talking nonsense, lady. Are you the mother? I got business with your daughters. Put one of them on. Yeah, me too. Nonsense. The woman's wrath radiated from the intercom. It's your 4-star General Gossip, which specializes in nonsense. Her voice was so loud that it was cracking. Detective, arrest this man. What? He's a criminal. Huh, detective, huh? You don't really think I'd fall for that, do you, lady? Just who do you think I am? I'm Minoru Minamakawa. He crossed his arms and struck a defiant pose. Oh, shit. Then the front door opened up and several men came trotting out. Sir, we'd like to ask you for questions. At the word sir, the man... For real? The man flashed his badge and Minorikawa turned to run on reflex. He hadn't thought she'd actually send detectives after him. Just what the hell had Heaven Publishing done to her? Never mind, he needed to get out of here. He couldn't afford to get arrested right now. Why would he get arrested for something someone else did? What? Detective, you keep asking me the same question over and over. I'll keep on asking until you tell me the truth. Well, you can ask all you want, but I can't tell you what I don't know. Oh, cut the crap. I don't have time for your games. As a matter of fact, you have plenty of time, I can assure you that. Stubborn Detective flashed him a grin. I can keep doing this for days if that's what it takes you to confess. The report should come... Oh, yeah. But that's another story for another day. Great. Great. Wait, real quick. Yeah, this shit has never been told. Let me get back to Kano where he was. Mm. What the? Okay, yeah, we're good, we're good. Okay. Oops. Alright, looks like we're staying on the intercom. Just 5 more minutes. Oh yeah, true. Sasayama might be good. Who is it? It's Minorikawa. What? Is this the same place? Did I accidentally click on the same one? Uh-oh. Oh no, I didn't. No, yeah, I did. Wait, no, I didn't. What? Oh. I need to get someone else on the freaking... Okay. Could you handle that? Who could it possibly be now of all times? I'll have Osawa deal with it. Alright. With a sigh, Osawa dragged himself to his feet. He stumbled wearily back to the living room where the investigators were staring at the... Don't these detectives have better stuff to do than arrest Minorikawa for someone in his company defaming someone? I don't know. They're freaking having a pissing contest, bruh. Like, what the freak? Bruh, yesterday I did the drinking mouthwash while pissing contest, or, what's drinking mouthwash while pissing challenge? And I accidentally mixed them up. He stumbled wearily back to the living room where the investigators were staring at the intercom monitor with concern. The intercom's hidden camera showed a man with an unsettling grin posed intimidatingly outside the front gate. Bro doesn't know about it, bro doesn't know. Oh, so we didn't recognize him. Yes, who is it? Yes, guardedly through the intercom. It's Minorikawa. Where might I know you from? Oh, you know, here and there. Are you playing games with me? I don't have the time for that. Please just open up. There's no way I'm letting you in. But the nonsensical badgering. Look, just hold your horses. I'm here for an interview. You got that? An interview? That's right. It's a piece of 4-star. Here and there. Wait. What do you mean? Those kinds of articles. I'm just looking for an interview. The man's tone was both high-handed and belligerent. Like hell you are. I'm not talking to anyone from the gossip. You're not the one I'm here to talk to. I want to interview your twin daughters. My daughters? I understand they won a shared prize for a beauty contest. If you wouldn't mind my interviewing them, We got bigger fish to fry, Minorikawa. Furious, Osawa cut off the intercom. This was not time to be indulging someone. This shot is so funny, bruh. They do not need 7 freaking detectives to watch this, bruh. Hey, what gives? This man was shouting so loud his voice carried past the gate and through the front door. I'm begging out here. He wasn't actually on his hands and knees. Osawa could see that clearly through the intercom monitor. The freaking point, bro, every time, I swear. This guy. If your daughters aren't home, can you at least tell them I want to get in touch with them? Mr. Osawa, Kajiwari said, frowning. This isn't a good time. I have someone drawing attention to your home. Oh, this isn't a good time to have someone drawing attention to you. Alright. I'll get rid of him. Osawa. Morikawa. Okay, I can't do that. The journalist had a tenacious look that immediately marked him as a member of the media. Give me your business card, Osawa said. I'll have the... that pick is so tough, bro. Holy tough. I'll have them get in touch with you later. He took me to Morikawa's card, then went right back inside. Holy... Why is the business card glossy? Right? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Back in his studio, Osawa tossed me Morikawa business card onto the trash. For real, member of the media. Unable to think of what else to do, he tried to internet fortune teller again. He tried that. What? For real. He got the same. You're a very work-minded person. Result a second time. If you don't get over your indifference to the world might start to harbor quite a grudge. My indifference to the world around me, huh? The truth was that even with his closest companions, even with Tanaka, for instance, I don't know, he's back on the freaking thing, bro. This guy, for instance, his relationship had always been strictly a matter of business. He'd never really taken it upon himself to get to know Tanaka as a person. And that was pretty much the case for everyone he knew. He harbored no interest in other people, he had no concern for his fellow man. That had made itself abundantly clear when he received a microscope as a birthday present, way back in first grade. Even now, he still remembered the shock he'd felt when he looked through that lens for the first time. He discovered a new, almost infinite world in the midst of what he'd always thought was too small. By comparison, the real world seemed bland and ugly. Wherever he looked, wherever he went, he had to contend with the tedium. It hadn't taken long for him to become more charmed by the world under his microscope than the one around him. It was like a calm, quiet little seaside, a beach where he could just sit and stare at the waves. He wanted to stay immersed in that world forever. Yeah, what a freaking nerd, bruh. In first grade, I was gaming. Freaking loser. Oh, wait, I guess that. In first grade, I was playing football. Before he knew it, he was an adult, and then a husband, and then a father. The people around him thought he was an odd fellow. But he hadn't let that change the way he lived his life. And this now was the result. He hadn't been betrayed by Tanaka. He didn't know Tanaka well enough for that. They had to have been a little close. Oh, wait. Did I unplug my headset? Can you still hear me? Oh, what the hell? Wait. Oh, never mind. I just accidentally turned it down. Find a way to connect more deeply with the people around you and start living a better life before it's too late. Oh my... Ugh. Just do that and you're sure to have a wonderful future ahead. Osawa picked up himself. Bro, the viewer count on this stream is so weird. It keeps updating. And it's going from like 1 to 6 to like 3 to 6 to 2 to 1. Like every like 5 seconds. Osawa picked up his cell phone number and dialed Tanaka's number. I had tried calling him repeatedly and hadn't gotten through. It was doubtful that he'd pick up. Still, Osawa had to try. The phone rang several times. He listened grimly to the empty mechanical sound, preparing himself for disappointment. What is it? What? He answered? Yeah, for real. Like, now it's back up to 3. Like... I guess there could just be lurkers. But, which is fine. If you're lurking, I don't mind. But, it is weird. Because, like, why does it randomly jump up to 6? Like, did six lurkers just... Oh yeah, now it is 4. I think that one was me though, because I was checking on my phone. Tanaka's voice sounded coldly in Osawa's ear. The tension was electric. The sexual tension between Osawa and freaking Keep Out. Okay. Alright, looks like we gotta go to Minorikawa. He decided to wait a little longer. Yeah, who is it? It's me. Yeah, now it's up to 5. Like, what? The viewer count is bouncing around like crazy. Anyway, I can probably skip this because we just read it. Just read it? I'm here for an interview. He'd taken the bait. That's right. It's a piece for 4-star general gossip. Wait, this is for one of those kinds of articles? Wait, what did I reference? Or what did it reference? Whatever reference? I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. Oh, Reddit. I completely forgot I even said that. Like hell you are. Okay. I want to interview your twin daughters. Bro, this shot is also atrocious. What the freak is this shot, bruh? Intercom cut out before Minorikawa could finish. Hey, what gives? I'm begging out here, on my hands and knees. He wasn't actually on his hands and knees, but whoever was on the other end couldn't see that. There's a camera! Right there! If your daughters aren't home, can you at least tell them I want to get in touch with them? He was shouting at the gate. The man slipped out the front door. Give me your business card. I'll have them get in touch with you later. The man had a somewhat stricken look on his face. True. This had to be Kenji Osawa then. Wait, hold on. Osawa? Now Minorikawa recognized him. This was Kenji Osawa, the permanent virologist who worked for Okoshi Pharmaceutical. 4-star general gossip had run a scandalous article on him in the past. He held out his business card and Osawa snatched it from him. The virologist started to head back into his house. Please see that they get back to me, Mr. Osawa. Then he noticed something odd. It was the middle of the afternoon, but every window in the house had its curtains drawn. For real, it's true. That combined with Osawa's demeanor set off alarm bells in Minoriko's head. He knew he was onto something, but he couldn't linger at the Osawa residence any longer than he already had. He needed to get to that theater ASAP. He hurried back to the taxi and told Kimizuka to go. A few minutes later, the rear tires skidded sharply as the cab came to a stop beside a different curb. The trip from shoulder to... Oh, here we are, sir, Kimizuka announced. That was fast. Still, Minoriko... Okay. Right, okay. Okay, now I can do the jump. What? It just jumped from 2 viewers to 5. What is going on? Why is it bouncing around so much? Alright. Here we go. Minoriko got his rocket wallet. Oh no, Kimizuka said, waving a hand. Don't worry about the fare. What? Huh? Why not? There's still plenty left over from what you paid me earlier, sir. That's what I meant by special fare. Yeah, true. Don't worry, trust, it's gonna happen. That's right, you paid Kimizuka a whole 10,000 yen for taking him to Endo Electronics earlier. But, I mean, I'm not the sort of person to keep the change, as it were, Kimizuka said. Noriko was filled with a surge of pride at those words. You're my kind of guy, Mr. Kimizuka. A man on the job can always count on Hachihiro Kimizuka's taxi. The driver grinned. Now go on. Go. Thank you. I have a feeling we'll meet again. He for real is the goat, bro. Nobody can hate Kimizuka. As Minorikawa entered the theater lobby, he saw a bunch of flower bouquets, patrons' gifts of appreciation. Among the names of the senders were celebrities he recognized. Right. Koichi Nakamura of the secret society Chunsoft. Right. No affiliation with any other company. From the government organization Joy Art. Following that were actresses Bariko Rose, popular scenario writer Ibusu Ipponmatsu, Tohoku Buster's Bus Tours, Co. Ltd., bus guide Kimiko Amo, professional baseball player, the ventriloquist Shinshin, ukulele player Hawaii Matsuda. Bro's name is Hawaii, are we for real? Online TV critic Genzo Akitsu, and so on. Evidently, the Wandering Angels, right, were a pretty popular acting troupe. People were setting out pamphlets and flyers out on a nearby table. There was a palpable tension in the air. The crew seemed skittish as they went about their work. He's late, someone shouted all of a sudden. There's a man over in one corner of the lobby, railing angrily. What? Why the hell hasn't that journalist shown up yet for the interview? What is this fit, bro? What's his deal? Pulling this while we're this busy. Guess that's Shinosuke Orai. I've been busy myself, Minoriko said. Trust me, I know how it goes. Huh? Who the hell are you? I'm the guy you've been waiting for. For real. Mr. Orai. The man glared at him. It's Orai. Oh, he said. Anyway, I'm in Norikawa. Sorry to keep you waiting. Though really a short wait is a small price to pay for the chance to be interviewed by me. Well, I hope you appreciate how valuable my time is now that you're taking it. Wow, someone sure has a high opinion of himself. He marched up to Orai. Damn right I do. I'm Shinosuke Orai. How the freak do you pronounce it? If it's not Orai. Owarai. 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 I don't know. The theater man got right up in Minoriko's face. Like anyone cares. Are they gonna kiss, bruh? looks like he's trying to freaking get a little kiss in. A jolt of tension. Oh wait, I can jump back. For real. Looks like we gotta jump back for now. Oh, so I picked up his cell phone and dialed Tanaka's number. Oh right, I forgot. The phone rang several times. I know. I don't even know what the point is. He listened grimly to the empty mechanical sound, preparing himself for disappointment. Hey, it's me, Tanaka. What is it? Tanaka's voice sounded coldly in Oso's ear. The tension was... Oh yeah, right. So I felt a surge of rage. He wanted to scream, but I took a deep breath and managed to maintain control. Tanaka, where are you? Is Maria alright? Tanaka did not reply. The police told me. They said you were connected to the kidnapping. I'm gonna put an amiibo on my controller and see if it works. They said you were connected to the kidnapper. A soft chuckle came from the other end of the line. Ah, well, the police sure do know how to do their jobs. What? Tanaka's tone was unapologetic. He sounded nothing like the man Osawa thought he knew so well. Why would you do this? Money? Are you having money troubles? Money? I suppose that's part of it. True. Honestly, I doubt you'd understand. Do you have any idea what it's been like for me, doing our research together? You're always the one who takes center stage. The fruits of our success are all yours, even though you couldn't have done any of it without me. The more he said, the more vitriol seethed into his words. What the freak does that word even mean? Osawa's hand trembled as he clutched the phone. The taker can never understand how it feels to be taken from. Yeah, he's literally mad he used no screen time. You've hoarded so many things to yourself, so I'm taking some of them back. And with that, he hung up. Why does he have to do it in an evil way, though? Osawa's a taker, I guess so. Hey, Tanaka. Yeah, I guess so. The freaking tension's crazy, bro. Osawa dialed up the number again, but Tanaka didn't pick up. Osawa racked his brain, thinking back on how Tanaka had been acting earlier that day. Had there been anything unusual? Any clue at all, no matter how small? If he could find some hint, maybe he'd be able to find Maria and tell me. Oh, get out of here. That was it. I had been suspicious of Tanaka all along, so much so that she planted a bug on him hidden in a tie clip. Her suspicions must have been pretty strong. Wait. But still, if she's that worried, giving a tie clip as a gift is a bit... The words had struck Osawa. I had never given him a tie clip. Yeah, for real. His heart gave a heavy throb in his chest. It couldn't be. No, it was impossible. Wait, is Tanaka sleeping with his wife and his daughter? Bro. I don't even know what I would do if I found that shit out, bro. The article had talked about a man I had dated before she married Osawa. The man's identity was never revealed. Could it have been Tanaka? You've hoarded so many things to yourself. You've hoarded your wife for yourself. I'm taking her. What the freak is that logic, bro? Tanaka's cold words took on a new depth of meaning. So I felt the foundation of his life begin to crumble. And why are they fighting over the same... She's like evil, bruh. Were Tanaka and I accomplices in all this? No. Wait. Just calm down. He couldn't let himself jump to conclusions. He needed to be more level-headed. Everything depended on it. Yeah. Crazy-ass revenge. Yeah, like, she's so evil, bruh. If the two were really accomplices, would I have planted a bug on Tanaka? Yeah, that's true. What purpose would that serve? What could it mean? There's no use. So I could think of how that made sense. First things first, he needed to establish what the relationship between I and Tanaka really was. Once he figured that out, he'd be able to get a better handle of the situation. Obviously, he could just go and ask her directly. If she really were involved in all this, she certainly wouldn't tell him the truth. Oh shoot. He's gonna call me Norikawa? He needed someone to do some investigating for him. Minoru. Iwakawa. To be continued. Minoru Iwakawa's not the GOAT, bruh. He's about to just absolutely ruin this interview, watch. This interview is gonna be cooked. A jolt of tension. Yeah, look at the freaking sexual tension between these two, bro. Ever see it? I beg your pardon? But Mr. Orai does have a schedule to keep. And who are you? Sukozawa. I'm the producer. Well, the freaking point every time. Well, listen, Sue. I'm in the middle of an interview here. Please don't interrupt. What? That's how you conduct an interview? That's right. Yeah, true. This is how I roll. Look, whatever. Let's just do this already. Fine by me. The two men sat down opposite sides of a table in the lobby. But Sukozawa spoke up again. Mr. Alright, don't forget the meeting you have after this. Yeah, handle that, would you? Iwakawa let out a derisive snort. It's like you're holding court, he said. Do people actually hang around with you with that kind of attitude? You have no right to judge my acting troupe. Iwakawa straightened up in his chair. A mocking smile on his lips. Oh, so it's your acting troupe, huh? Why not just play all the roles yourself? Heck, you could even be your own audience. How dare you! Alright rose to his feet and made to leave, but Sukozawa herded him back down to the chair. Iwakawa continued as if he hadn't heard. Just what is it that you do anyway, he asked. Alright, raised me a credulous eyebrow. You don't know? No, why should I? Yeah, for real. You came to an interview without knowing anything about who you were interviewing? Yeah. That's it, get out! How dare an unmannered clod? An act of God? Or an act of clod? Yagami! An unmannered clod like you come in here and waste my time. Hey, who's being unmannered now? I came all the way out of here to hear your story, didn't I? Why don't you get out? What? Iwakawa pointed at the exit as well. Why the hell should I have to leave? This is my house! Theater jargon for... Look, just get out! This time both yelled and pointed toward the exit in unison. Why are they pointing at me, bruh? Me? Yeah, for real. You show them, bruh. Sukozawa quickly interposed herself between them, forcing a smile. Gentlemen, please calm down. Then she turned to Iwakawa. You should be aware that Mr. Orai used to be a broadcast writer. Someone who writes for broadcasts. He's responsible for a lot of big hits. You don't need to mention that. Nonetheless, Sukozawa rattled off names of several shows. Iwakawa indeed did recognize many of them. Huh. So how come you're running a failing theater now? Failing? I'm not wrong, am I? You are the rudest person I have ever met. What would a rank amateur like yourself even know about theater? Or his face was dark with rage, but Iwakawa didn't back down. Listen, this has nothing to do with how well your theater is or isn't doing, he snapped. The television world wouldn't accept you. Why? There's so many freaking pictures of him pointing, bruh. There's so many. So, in order to retain your pride as an entertainer, you started doing theater, isn't that so? Don't act like you know anything. I've staked my entire life on the theater. It is so funny. It seemed as if I might throw a punch at any moment. Sure, a city theater might seem small time compared to TV, but you get a lot more response from it. Response? Oh. Darn right. You can see it from up on stage. The audience, you can see their faces. There's a passion in his voice now. You can really feel it. When the audience is enjoying themselves, you can feel that energy. You can't get that from doing television. Thinking back on it now, my time spent working on TV. Let's see, what's a good analogy? It's like being handed a towel that's already damp. For real. No, that's not right. Okay, so a better analogy would be, without further preamble, Ori began talking about his tribulations back in his broadcast writer days. Morikawa smiled inwardly. The interview ended promptly after 15 minutes, the time he had been promised. Both men emerged from it as if from a daze. Morikawa found himself staring Ori in the face, shaking him by the hand. So, what kind of story did I just get? He asked, speaking half to himself. You heard about one man in his life. For real. And I have to admit, it was a good interview. Thanks. You have my gratitude. With a satisfied smile, Morikawa closed his notebook. Right, glad to hear that then. Ori inclined his head, looking a bit bewildered. A flustered Tsukuzawa interrupted. Mr. Morikawa, wasn't this interview for a piece about the performance? Huh? True, they are the goods. It's just that you were only asking about Mr. Ori, and not about the performance itself, Tsukuzawa said. Oh, I see what you mean. Actually, I came here for a piece I'm going to be writing called Where Are They Now? Washed Up Broadcast Writer Showcase. But, washed up? Ori was red in the face all over again. You bastard! How dare you? Forget everything I just told you. I do not give you permission to use any of it. You're too late. What? I've already heard your whole story. You should be grateful that I'll be writing a piece on it. For real. With a wild look in his eyes, Ori snatched up a hammer. Go ahead, hit me. Oh, I'll hit you, alright. The attack came to a sudden halt as a ringtone startled him out of his fury. the freaking they always get these freaking crazy ass shots, bro. Like, what the hell is that? Hold on a moment. I have to take this. He whipped out his phone. Yeah, that might be the case for me also. I'm not sure. It probably isn't a bit. It probably is a few hours, yeah. Because it'll be done in 9 hours. Hello, Morikawa speaking. This is Osawa. Wow. He called back a lot sooner than Morikawa had expected. So many tough photos, bro. Have your daughters come home then? No. Actually, there's a favor I'd like to ask you. A favor? Morikawa thought back to his visit to the Osawa residence. The drawn curtains, the stricken look on his Osawa... Holy shit. The stricken look on Osawa's face. Morikawa instincts had sensed something significant going on. Apparently, getting the full story wasn't going to come without some cost. A favor, huh? Is this something urgent? I'll pay whatever I have to. I just need you to look into something as quickly as possible. His voice had the telltale desperation of a man who'd been backed into a corner. Alright. I can help you out for a little while. Oh, so hurriedly I don't know. I don't know. He's doing that freaking face, bruh. What is... I don't know. Wait, does he have eyelashes? Nope. Osawa hurriedly explained what he was after. The request was a strange one. He wanted Morikawa to look into a scandalous article that 4-star general gossip had run about him in the past. What makes this so important? Do I have to say? I mean, you're asking me to look into something without explaining anything. He eyed Ori lurking nearby with obvious irritation. Morikawa would need to calm down. The erstwhile broadcast writer, or else his interview really would be for naught. He decided to bluff both men at the same time. Let me just say one thing. He made sure he spoke loud and clear. I want to tell the world this story. No, I need to tell it. If I don't feel that way about something, no amount of money in the world will get me to write an article on it. That's my pride as a writer at work. Morikawa could see Ori's aura of rage fading as he listened. theater men looked surprised. Meanwhile, Osawa had decided to open up a bit. Alright. I can't share all the details, but... Okay, he's in a talkative mood now. Good job. See, this is going fine. For real, what a legend. The power balance of the entire world might be at stake here. And I mean that quite literally. I can't tell you more after you're done it. I can tell you more after you're done investigating. Wait, was he serious? How could the world's balance of power hinge on looking into some alleged marital affair? It was so absurd that Minoru had to fight the urge to burst out laughing. A person would need to be out of his mind to believe a story like that. Minoru wasn't the average person. And sometimes the truth was so ridiculous, it really was stranger than fiction. Osawa wasn't lying. Yeah, for real. For real. Minoru instincts told him that much. Alright, he said. I'll check the editing department's notes from back then. Minoru felt his excitement building. Things were really getting interesting. For the moment, he nearly forgot Toyama. When he ended the call, Orai approached him and extended his hand. Listen, your methods might be a little extreme, but I can tell you, take pride in your work. Of course I do. I'm sorry for getting so worked up. I bet you'd write a fine article about me. So please, let the world know about me and my half-lived life. Minoru took the offered hand and shook it. Leave it to me. Once I'm done with it, you won't just be some washed-up nobody anymore, Mr. Orai. It's alright, for real. Minoru grinned. Minoru rushed out of the theater. He'd completed all the interviews that he could get done before 4 o'clock. Now, he had an hour left to write it all up and convince the folks from the loan company that the gossip could stay afloat. He let out a roar, psyching himself up for the final push. To be continued. Oh yeah. And when Shibuya's gonna die? Minoru is dead? Yeah, bro, what the hell is going on in Achi's story? Freaking crazy. Holy shit. Damn, who to even start with, bruh? Things are getting serious. Okay. Start. I have to go pee real quick. I'm gonna do that, and then we'll start on Achi. Achi time, let's go. Boom. Right, Kanan. Um... Okay. Kanan led them into a narrow back alley. The moment she stopped, he told me, no, they were friends. They met in Israel or whatever, wherever they were. Kanan led them to a narrow back alley. Members of SOS don't come by here very much. SOS, you have to choose. The moment she stopped, he told me, spoke up. Why was my sister kidnapped? SOS. Before I answer that, there's something I need to tell you, Kanan said. Her tone was cold and sharp. I've come to Japan because I'm on a mission. I'm not at liberty to discuss all the details. Alright. To answer your question, Maria was kidnapped by mistake. What? But why? Because the kidnapper isn't after Maria, they're after you. Who's after me? The mastermind behind this whole thing, Kanan said. Her tone was matter-of-fact. Whoa. Hold on. She interrupted. What do they want to tell me for? That I cannot say. Wait, she looks like someone I know. I'm trying to think. Well, I can't because it's zooming in, and now I can only barely see anything. I can't tell you that either. You see, their sex, nationality, holy shit, nationality, age, appearance. Just about everything about them is shrouded in mystery. So there's honestly not much I can tell you. Achini told me step-dubbed. What gives? So you're saying all you know is that this person has some lame name like Mastermind? He told me to whisper in his ear. Mastermind isn't actually their name. Okay, I know what Mastermind means. I'm here, Kanan spat, because I'm looking for revenge. Revenge? What for? This person also killed my friend. Kanan's indestructible eyes flashed with a threatening gleam. Earlier, you said that it was your fault my sister got kidnapped. Hitomi said. Kanan cast her eyes down. Achi, bro, the fit is so ass. The fit is so bad. Please change, please change. 4 days ago, I managed to learn this criminal's plan. So I got in touch with Maria and told her that you were going to be attacked at the party. So that's why she told me not to go? He told me his voice trembled as she spoke. I gave Maria a small GPS. I know what a GPS is. Why do they have to give a video on how it works? But I guess you never got it. He told me to shake your head. I see. She must still have it then. Wait, so then my sister... The color drained from him. He told me his face as she understood. Yes, Connor replied. Maria acted as his decoy and let herself get kidnapped in your stead. He told me swayed on her feet, shocked to the verge of fainting. Aji hurriedly reached out and caught her in his arms. Yo! But wait, he said to Kanan. As he held Hitomi up, I don't get that either. Why didn't either of them go? Then nobody would have been kidnapped, right? I mean, why'd her sister need to go and act as a decoy? Kanan let out a tiny sigh. If she hadn't gone to the party, the kidnappers would have just found some other opportunity to come after her. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm betting that Maria's plan was to use the GPS to lead me to these guys' hideout. She wanted to keep her sister safe and also figured she could help me with my mission. I actually was... Yeah. So then, can't you use the GPS to locate Hitomi? What the freak is a GPS? I wish they would explain it to me with a video. Aichi asked. Kanon shook her head. The GPS hasn't been powered on since she was kidnapped. It's possible the kidnappers took it from her. Wait, what? So after all that, even you can't find Maria? She slumped his shoulders in disappointment. I didn't say that. What do you mean? I got some So freaking true! I got some intel from those syndicate members we met earlier. Apparently sometime this morning they put Maria into a blue minivan. And since then they've been moving her all around Shibuya. Aichi and Hitomi exchanged glances at the mention of the blue minivan. Unfortunately, Kana continued, those operatives don't know what the current situation was. So we're back to the blue van? Aichi hurriedly explained what they've been through. He mentioned how they'd first seen the blue van when the kidnapper had told Hitomi to find it. He also described how first the man with the cane and then a host of others had come after him. He got a little sidetracked here and there, but Kanan quietly listened to the end. I see. So then, what do you think? Seems like we messed up their scheme a little, huh? Whatever the case, the man with the cane concerns me. I doubt he's working with the others. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's it. Some guy who isn't involved butts in, and it throws off their whole plan. Kanan nodded in agreement. Because you and that man with the cane showed up, she said. They couldn't leave the minivan where it was. They took a sensible precaution. Damn. And if you think about it, isn't this an opportunity for us to turn the tables on Mr. Mastermind? Kanan flashed him a faint, speculative smile. I wonder about that. Oh, come on. You're such a buzzkill. She looks so familiar. Oh my... I'm not sure. I'm not sure who I'm thinking of. Any well-made plan has a good, solid outline. Which means that even after it has come to fruition, it's easy to trace things back to the planner. Huh? Is that how it works? By contrast, if you achieve your goals using accidental means, the outline becomes blurred, and it makes it harder for anyone outside looking in to grasp what the actual plan is. Aichi swallowed hard. Alright, bro. Alright. He's taking the gravity of this situation. Well, but I mean, like, if there's an accident, people are gonna for sure panic. Plan or not. Yes? I can't quite think of... Like, I know what you're talking about, but I can't quite think of her face. But she looks like someone I know personally. But I just... Not very well. But like someone that has, like, existed in my life at one point. But I can't think of who. Not that I would say it if I knew, like... Oh, yeah, I know her. Typically, I suppose. But the people who are after Hitomi not only have... True. Maybe it's the same person. Okay, what the freak, where am I? But the people who are after Hitomi not only have they put together a perfect plan, they've purposefully left tiny holes in it. And so we can't even figure out who they are. The outline is always too blurry. She had no response to that. It was like he was hearing about some completely different world beyond the one he knew. If what Kanan had said was true, he'd been dealing with opponents that were on a level way above his own. In any event, since these people are after you, it'd be best if you didn't wander around town anymore. By now, Hitomi had recovered. She stood up straight and shook her head. Bro, it's crazy that the freaking Aichi actor is probably like, what, 8 million years old? Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Nowadays, like, how old is he now? This game's almost 20 years old. Holy shit, it's almost 20 years old. So the freaking Achi actor is probably like a million years old by now. He told me he had recovered. She stood up straight and shook her head. No. I have no idea who it is. Yeah. I think it's Matthew McConaughey, but I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. My sister's in danger because of me. I can't abandon her just to save myself. Wait! That's right. I actually patted Hitomi on the back. A freaking back pat, bro? And if that's what you're gonna do, then I don't care who we're up against. I'm with you in this until the end. How old is he? Because I don't know how old he is in this, but I think he's got to be supposed to be in his 20s, right? So he'd be in like his 40s now. Soccer? He's 39. Which means he was, let me do the, because this game's 18 years old. They filmed it probably a year before it came out. So probably 19. Just rounded up to 20. So, I mean, his character, I guess, is probably like 20 years old in this. Yeah. And he told me he's... Yeah. He told me giggled despite herself. It's already sailed out, she. Yeah. Kind of let out another little sigh. What the freak is she aura farming for, bruh? Alright. Just make sure you're extra careful. You can't count on getting bailed out of trouble like you have before. I understand. Her eyes showed no trace of doubt or fear. Kana gave her a slight nod, then quickly disappeared down the alleyway. Right then, Achi said. Want to get back to looking for that minivan? Then he stopped remembering their previous efforts. Huh. Achiendo's a footballer. If they just heedlessly wandered around town, they'd probably end up in the same trouble they'd encountered before. They'd get chased by the man with the cane, or by the kidnappers, and their search would be interrupted yet again. What should they do then? There had to be a better way. Achi happened to glance upward and caught sight of a surveillance camera. That's it! Huh? So he's Ankh. That's freaking a million years ago. Damn. That is pretty old. So I guess he was, what, probably 23 in this game. Tommy appeared startled by a sudden shouting. We just need to use my old man's surveillance cameras. Actually, he took Hitomi by the hand and started... Wait, why does his dad even have access to surveillance cameras around the entire city? Like, what? His destination, the security camera monitoring room in Dogenzaka. Achi didn't slow his pace until they were nearing the destination, then he turned to look back at Tommy. Yeah. He was about to ask if she was doing alright when someone close at hand called out to him. No! Hey, mind if I ask you something? Have you ever heard of SOS? Achi stopped in his tracks as a stranger stepped in front of him. The guy looked too old to be picking a fight with SOS. For real. So true. What? Why is he doing this anyway? Didn't he have a task to, like, go freaking find out some very important information? What is he asking about SOS now for? Achi regarded him with suspicion. Is that my goat, Aya Kamiki, in the corner? Yeah, why do you ask? I don't know why he's... Everything is be alright. Do you happen to be a member yourself? Yeah, wait, let's... Yeah, it hasn't even... I don't think it's even hit 10 minutes yet. What the freak happened to... Everything is be alright. No. No, not anymore. The man's eyes flashed. Does this guy know who he was? Hachi's heart sank. He couldn't afford to get caught up in some new hassle right now. He told me flash him a worried look. Let's go. Even if the guy was harmless, they needed to be on their guard. There was no telling just how many thugs and assassins were looking to help. Just like that, he let him go? He never does that. Rather than head directly for the surveillance building, Hachi decided he better make sure the stranger wasn't up to something. Hitomi followed as he slipped quickly into a back alley. There was no indication that the man was following them. Wait, what was that guy's deal? Hitomi asked. Yeah, for real. For real. No idea. But he sure seemed kind of fishy. Doesn't look like he's coming after us, though. Took another detour. They started to head toward their original destination. Hachi felt a sudden searing pain in it. What?! Where the freak did he come from, bruh? Did he just flash step in to freaking kill Hachi? Oh no. I've been stabbed. Another man had suddenly appeared, grabbing her by the arms. Hi, Tomi. Oh, he told me. Freaking for real. I actually tried to reach out to her, but his arm was leaden. Oh no, I've been stabbed. That shit's so funny. His body refused to obey his commands. As the attacker wrenched the knife from his back, Hachi felt... Hi, Tomi. Hachi felt the blood gushing out from his wound. The two men started to drag Hitomi away. Damn it. He tried to pursue them, but his legs faltered and couldn't find their foot. He was losing blood so fast he was starting to fade. Hachi could only watch impotently. Damn it. As Hitomi was dragged further and further away. What, that was a bad ending? Alright, so looks like Minorikawa has to not show up. So true. You know what I need to do? I need to play Ace Attorney still. I think. True. Wait, the Ace Attorney games are on big sale right now. So is the Ghost Trick Remaster. The Ace Attorney Chronicles is $16. The Miles Edgeworth ones are $20. The Apollo Justice ones are $50. Holy crap. I guess I'll have to wait for a sale on those ones. I should replay them. I should. Are we for real? The description, the classic courtroom series that has sold over 6.7 million copies? Really? I need to play Ghost Trick. I have it on my DS, but I lost my DS, and I can't find it anywhere. I cannot find my freaking DS, bruh. I just want a game on it again. 6, 7. Holy shit, my body is so sore. I dropped a cracker on the floor. Oh, there it is. Oh. I got it. I'm stuck. For real, I really want mine. I want to find it. I want to find it. True. True, bars. We all together playing Drift into Dreams. Yeah, I have no idea where it is. I have no idea where it is. And I really want to freaking play Mario and Tomodachi Life, maybe. The sequel to Tomodachi Life comes out pretty soon. Am I gonna get it? I don't know. I don't know. This game kind of hurts my throat because I have to talk constantly. Wait, what? Kano starts like half an hour in. Oh, so does Osawa. Yeah, the first one was pretty fun. The second one looks better, but I don't know if it's worth $60. Ugh. 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 Let's see. Oh, I forgot about Rain Code, bruh. Did you ever hear about that game? It was like Danganronpa, but not really. Yeah. It's 60. Surprised it's not 80. I still AI the Somnium Files or whatever it's called. I have it, and I bought it like 8 years ago, and I still have never booted it up. Because I was playing some other visual novel at the time, and it's still the most random ass visual novel. I'm so horny for mystery. Alright, I'm not buying that game. I'm not buying that game. I need a freaking... I wish this game didn't hurt my throat so bad to play. That sounds really sus. We all play Rain Code. Like, I wish I could just talk infinitely, because there's so many visual novels I have to get through. Like, so many, bro. Like, what's it called? The Raging Loop? I bought that game and I never finished it. I bought it like 8 million years ago. Date Everything, bruh. I never got through that game. Final Fantasy VI, I gotta beat that too. I'm never doing a freaking YouTube series for another Final Fantasy game, bruh. Too much work. For real, me too. Me too. I need to stream 4 King Casino and Slots. I'm sure it is. Like, how many episodes is my Final Fantasy VI playthrough? And I've cut out so much freaking stuff. It's like... I think it's actually... it's 12. It's 12. But I'm like a little past the halfway point. But yeah, I mean, freaking, it's getting 0 views, so it's not even worth the effort. But Foam Stars, bruh. I forgot about this game. NBA 2K? Maybe I should just start streaming Kingdom Hearts. That's a good one. I don't know, what else do I have? Nier Automata, freaking spectacular game. Gravity Rush, magnificent game. Uncharted, what a fun game. Oh wait, should I stream Sackboy: A Big Adventure? Since I forgot I can stream the Sackboy game. That could be fire. Persona 5 Strikers. Okay, I'm downloading it right now. Let me see how long's left on the download. Oh shit, the Genshin Impact update. Okay, it says it's gonna take 10 minutes. It's pretty cool. It's got a good soundtrack. Let me jump into a scene so I can stop the song playing. Or maybe I can... It is heat. It is heat. Okay. There's no way I put 128 hours into that save file, bruh. There's no way. There's no way. But, Sackboy. Let me pull up the soundtrack. Because there's some good stuff. There's some good stuff. Like, this is a freaking... I know it's a remix of, like, the... Everybody! Or whatever. But it's kind of heat. It's so jolly. I don't want to spoil all the soundtrack, because, like... It's pretty jolly. It's not, like, the greatest game of all time, but it's happy, jolly, fun time. Which gets the job done. But yeah, it's gonna take a second to download. So in the meantime... Wait, there was something I just... Listen to this Mario Odyssey remix, bruh. I was just listening to it like before I started streaming, and I was like, holy shit, this is kind of gas. It's the freaking... I took it to my penthouse and I freaked it Mario Odyssey. So tough. I freaking was bust into it 5 minutes ago. This is Sackboy's ready, but not fully downloaded. Means I gotta put on... Ooh. Ooh. Let's see how much we got left. 5 minutes. Oh, this song's making me bust in my mouth. What? It's about to go so nasty. Ooh. Four minutes left. Ooh. 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 Holy moly. Wait. Yeah, right. You gotta listen to Vancouver Velocity. This shit is straight heat. This is the freaking most fire song from Mario Kart World. When the solo kicks in, I actually creamed the first time. It's about to go so hard. Get ready. Oh, it's about to go so freaking crazy sauce. Okay, get ready. This solo is actually so freaking nasty. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, holy crap, I busted the first time Wait, okay, it's almost downloaded, but this showed up in my feed. You gotta hear this too. It's fire. It's the Jet Set Radio Sonic mashup. So tough. The beat is from Sonic, the lyrics are from Jet Set Radio. It's got 40 seconds left. You know what I need to get? I need to get Monkey Ball on my freaking PlayStation, because a Monkey Ball stream would be horrendous. Most rageous game of all time. It's only $10. Might be worth. Okay, wait. Before before I start the next stream, you gotta hear this because it pisses me off so freaking bad. Um, when they did the Monkey Ball remake, right? They did the Monkey Ball remake, and they redid all the songs, and now they're horrendous. Cause like, this is the OG soundtrack. You've got like, you go to the next world, you've got like just straight heat all around, you know? Next song, very next world. But then this is the remake soundtrack, bruh. Wait. Like, because this is this song, bruh. Pisses me off so freaking bad, unbelievably. Alright, it's downloaded. It's downloaded. for real. For real. Wait, I gotta find the worst example. Real quick. Oops, I didn't mean to queue up Volcanic Crater. Yeah, listen to this, bruh. What the freak? Okay, this is the original version. Ooh. Like, what is this? Do you hear this right now? Let me put on the original. Like, why did they even remake the soundtrack if they're just gonna make it just straight garbage? Like, wait, I gotta find another terrible example. Yeah, like, listen to this, bruh. This is the remake version. What the freak is this? Go to the OG. Ooh. And once you get to like, it's just so beautiful to the ears. Wait, I gotta find the worst offender. The worst offender real quick. Because I don't know what the remake version sounds like. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. Okay, wait till you hear the freaking original for this one. Because this is the remake. And this is the original. Like, wait till the freaking... It's so magnificent. And once the guitars kick in, bruh... Like, what? It pisses me off so bad. And then they sell the original soundtrack. You can play the game with the original soundtrack for $5 extra. Like, oh my gosh. Did they do that on purpose? Just make the soundtrack straight butt? So you'd buy the original? Or so you'd buy the DLC? Like, is this not straight freaking goatedness? But whatever. Alright, we can play Sackboy now. I will start up the Sackboy stream instantly. I don't know how long it'll take to start it up, but probably not long at all, so I'm going to start it. Here we go. Sackboy time. Alright, bye.